Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your November 2019 reading. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support, for sticking around while I was getting settled into my new place. And so here is your monthly reading for the month of November 2019. I will just keep it love energies. So I will pull overall love energies for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. And then we'll see where Spirit takes me if I need to pull additional oracle cards. And then towards the end, I will pull messages for the singles and messages for the couples. So if the beginning doesn't resonate, stick around. You can continue on through the reading to see where it goes. Because, well, I get several messages while I'm doing readings, but I try to keep it with whichever one is the message for the majority for the overall. Remember that this is a general reading and not all messages will resonate with everyone. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Never force the message to apply. And so let's get started. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign for the November 2019 monthly reading. Also, your mid-month reading will come to you within a couple weeks, within a week or so. And it will be your general overall energy for your mid-month for the month of November, as well as a mid-month love life check-in. Okay, so let's see where your energies are going to take us today. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. November 2019. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Some of you are laughing, scoffing, being a little, I don't know, cynical about it. Like, girl, I don't even have a man. Or, you know, whatever it might be in your situation. Or like, that dude is commitment phobe, or that girl is never going to marry me. Never say never. And remember that a higher level of commitment doesn't just mean engagement. Engagement, the word itself, also means interaction, to engage and interact and entertain a higher level of commitment between the two of you, right? So if you've just started dating and seeing each other and you're like, there is no way this fool is going to ask me to marry him after a few weeks or months. No, but perhaps they already have decided or realized that you're the one for them, and it will be going down that road. Or it could be your energy, Sagittarius, where you've met someone that you've been seeing casually, and then, you know, all of a sudden it's like epiphany, ta-da, I realize this is the person I want to be with. So flirt is the other card. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. And so when you ascend your relationship to a higher level, it can go from just dating casually to being, hey, in a committed relationship, let's not see other people. Or you go from that to moving in together, from that to, or maybe it's just meeting the parents, meeting the children. It can be a couple different things. So keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So, like I said, someone just had like this light bulb moment where they realized, oh my God, I think this is the one I'm gonna marry. I think this is the one that I can see myself with. I think this is the one I can see long-term commitment with. Others of you who have been dating around for some time, I feel like you kind of had a hard time accepting that even after all the different types of people you have dated or met, because you may have had plenty of first dates, you realize that after keeping an open mind, the one that you didn't think was going to be your match ended up being your match, if that sounds familiar. And if you're not there yet, you may soon be there, or it's just not for you. So if it's just not for you, well, then continue flirting and seeing what's out there. But keep an open mind, because if you have tunnel vision with the type of person you're used to seeing, remind yourself again what the usual type has brought to the table in past relationships. Okay, sometimes you need to expand from the typical person that you normally date or go out with, or that you're attracted to. I'm not saying go out with somebody that you're not attracted to, although for some of you that might just be what needs to take place, because you fall in love with their personality and then you become attracted to them. It's, for everyone different. And I know some of you Sagittarius are laughing like that shit is not going to happen. Hell will freeze over. But in any case, there are some of you that will be ascending your relationship. I'm also getting the feeling that somebody here is dealing with someone that really sees a future with them, but you're not taking them seriously. Like you flirt with them and you kind of lead them on so they think that they have a chance with you, or they think you're just as interested in them. And in their eyes, they're like, yeah, I'm going to lock that down. They just don't know it yet. Or vice versa, Saggy. If it's not them thinking of you this way, it's you thinking of them that way. And so the flirting continues, and you got hooks into each other and the flirting is fun, but then at the same time you're like, he's cool and all, or she's cool and all to flirt with, but I don't know about that. Like, I don't know about all that, going out with them, and and then a lunch date turns into dinner, and whatever else you guys want to do. So remember to keep an open mind. I'm also letting you guys know I'm introducing 2 new decks, the Tarot Grand Lux and the Tarot of the Night, and those are going to be your clarifying decks for this reading. So let's get to it. Let's clarify for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign, November 2019. Let's expand on this. Engagement, flirt, and keep an open mind. What is the most important message Sagittarius needs to know, or their cross watcher? What did they need to know? 10 of Cups. You see? What? 10 of Cups and the High Priestess. See what I'm saying? You just don't know it yet, but this person already sees you like they're 10 of Cups, or that's you. They're like, homegirl over there, she doesn't know it yet, but I'm the one for her. She's the one for me. She's my 10 of Cups. She just doesn't know it yet. And that's kind of like a hidden truth you have there. Yes, the Death card. You already have 2 majors. The Death card, which I absolutely love in this deck. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's about starting over. New opportunities. What the? Hello, Sagittarius. What do you have going on? Stella got a groove back here, or what? Strength card. 3. That is 3 majors. The 6 of Wands. See what I mean? Someone's a little popular here. Flirting, keeping their options open. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. You're keeping your options open. You're popular. You're in high demand. But you're not really keeping an open mind about all these different connections you're able to make, right? Like, you can have your share, your choice of the type of person you can go out with, right? But you're still just sticking to the type of person you're used to going out with. So you entertain and you indulge in other connections, even if it's just, texting, flirting, messaging, coffee dates, whatnot. Queen of Cups. 10 of Swords. Womp womp. Don't worry. We'll get to the bottom of that 10 of Swords. Because I feel like what needs to come to an end is your cookie cutter dating, right? What you're used to going out with is your safe bet. Because you already know what to expect from that type of connection, that type of energy. Oh my goodness, the Devil card, the 3 of Cups. So the Devil card showed itself to me right side up, but it did fly out and land in reverse. So I'm going to take it in reverse and with the 3 of Cups. So I have to tell you, your usual type is the type that had you in third-party situations. And you know this, Sagittarius. 3 of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles also flew out. I'm just going to take it. You know it. You're attracted to a specific type of person, guy, girl, whatever, doesn't matter, whatever your usual type is. You haven't gotten very far with those type of connections, with those type of energies, right? You know, maybe you're attracted to, you know, the general flirt, the guy that, you know, flirts with everyone, the girl that is overly friendly with everyone, even though, you know, you've probably known them when they were already attached and they were still flirting with you. And some of you started flirting with them, engaging with them, even though they were in a relationship or vice versa. So keep that in mind. So what needs to come to an end, and what I see here is coming to an end with the Ten of Swords and the Devil reversed, is this third party situation. I feel that some of you Sagittarians have already figured out, you know what? I'm too good for this shit. I'm too good for that person. I know my worth. I'm not putting up with X, Y, and Z. I'm out of here. I'm strong enough to start all over again. And what they don't know is that you've probably already been planning on how you're going to leave and how you're going to set up your Ten of Cups. Why? Because you got options. I'm surprised the Seven of Cups didn't pop out. You've got options. You know, and so you start looking at the bigger picture, the broader spectrum here. And you start to focus on, what do I really need to cut out? What needs to come to an end? Because I've always somehow been attached or attracted to people that carry too much karmic baggage, karmic, you know, toxic ties, people that are like, you know, if in the past I was always with someone who, you know, oh, I'm married but separated, or, oh, I'm going through a divorce, but, you know, they're still living together. It's like one of those where somehow you always end up being the third party. Like, oh, they just left their spouse, and so now we're dating each other. But, you know, you just got out of another third party relationship, and then there you go again. Like, no, let that person know you're cool and all. And when you get your shit together and you clear your energy of the ex, because if for sure, for real, you like me, you dig me, you want something with me, then you come back and let me know when all that playing around with your wife or husband is over and done with. I'm not going to be, you know, your standby. I'm not going to be here entertaining you while you try to figure out whether or not I'm worth you leaving your partner or spouse, because it makes it easier for them to leave their partner or spouse when they got somebody else giving them all the attention. And yeah, they'll probably jump on to the next person that gives them all the attention that they want, right? But it's probably not going to last. It's probably not going to work out. And you want them to be free and clear of past energies. You want to be able to have something secure without it somehow having a third party situation, entanglement, or attachment. And I just feel that Sagittarius, you're just already at a place where you're like, I'm over and done with that. I can't believe I've entertained it for far too long. No more. We're done with this. That's bullshit. I hear it in my head. That's bullshit. Like someone is saying that completely. So I really feel like I'm getting a straightforward message here. Like I don't even need to pull additional cards. Give me one sec. Okay, so let me pull Power of Love Oracle cards, because I feel like you already know what you need to do. I feel Sagittarius talks back to my readings too, like you're answering everything I'm saying. So, purpose. You possess the determination and dedication to consciously demonstrate love, starting with, repeat after me, yourself. Right? If you've been following me and if you've been watching me for a long time, I always say give yourself the love that you keep giving to other people, because until you set the example for someone else in terms of the type of love that you want, you're never going to get it in return. Give it to yourself first. Present. You live in the moment and are able to bring forth the energy of love in your current circumstances. And this person knows it. They may be going through a separation, a divorce, or something like that, and you know, you're just like, hey, can you like not be there so much? Can you be here instead? So release. You have the ability to give over unwanted energies to the loving forces of the universe. And so many of you need to be able to stop this cycle. And I don't feel like it's really bad. And I'm not that it's good, but I don't feel like it's got you, you know, in your head about it. I just feel like you get bummed out about it every single time. I'm not feeling that type of like anger and resentful energy. I'm not saying it's not there. I feel that you've been through this so many times. It's like, this shit doesn't surprise me. Moving on, next one. And see, that's the type of energy that makes you a little cynical about it. And you don't want to be in that type of energy, because then you can't enjoy when something amazing comes your way, because you start second guessing, like, oh yeah, oh boy over there started doing that once upon a time ago and that shit didn't last. Or homegirl over there was all attentive and loving and caring, and then like the next person that came along that was giving her attention was where she ended up being. But don't you worry, Sagittarius, the door to romance is opening up for you. I'm telling you, you got options. Yeah, look at that shit. The garden and the gate. Look at that. Don't be coy, Sagittarius. It's like, ooh, look at that pretty garden out there. Look at everything that, you know, love, the world, the universe has to offer. But I'm just going to stand right here by this little bitty gate that's holding me back. Don't do that to yourself. Don't hold yourself back. Open the gate. If you notice, where's the key? Around her neck. Do not hold yourself back. That tells you you have the key to unlock the gate that leads you to love, joy, happiness, harmony, right? The door to romance. You've got the key. You have absolutely got the key there. Let's see what else we have right here for Sagittarius. Oh, but there is a storm warning coming in. A little bit of heavy energies, heavy energies. But let me tell you something. Take this message that I'm giving you about the third party situation. If you have been in some type of pattern that way, consider that the storm warning, that you will start to see a pattern. How is it that every person that you've met, that you've gone out with a couple times, tells you that they're single? Then, you know, after a few dates, they're like, well, I'm really separated. Well, I haven't fully moved out. Well, I'm there, you know, 3 times a week because of my kids. Or, well, you know, make sure you're not a third party again, because people like to sugarcoat and people like to keep, you know, the details that tell you exactly what's really going on. Yep. It's time for you to walk away from all those third-party scenarios that you keep getting entangled in. If you start to notice a pattern, it's a pattern because you haven't learned your lesson. It's going to keep happening. It's going to keep that same type of energy, that same type of, you know, connection, romantic relationship, guy, girl, partner, whatever, is going to keep showing its face until you've learned your lesson. So remember to keep an open mind. Learn from your mistakes, learn from past scenarios, learn from past pain and heartache and arguments and grief. This is your storm warning before you proceed. And so some of you may be left with indecision, like, I really like this guy, even though, you know, he's newly separated, even though he's going through a divorce. And that's cool and all. I'm not telling you what to do. You make the final decision. But you've already been in this indecisive energy, or else it wouldn't be ringing a note to you in terms of, you know, and she's right. I was thinking that in the beginning, and then I try to, you know, put it behind me. I try to ignore it. I probably should have walked away from the beginning. You see that, Sagittarius? Deceit. So someone here isn't all that they've told you that they are, or vice versa. maybe they're not divorced. Maybe they're not separated. Maybe they're not single. Maybe they're not a single parent. Maybe they're not the CEO, business, money-making person that they make themselves out to be. Maybe they got negative attachments, toxic ties. Maybe they gamble, drink too much, drug too much, addictions that take over. Just be careful, Sagittarius. I feel like someone here is saying one thing and doing another. So let's clarify for the singles, Sagittarius singles. Okay, 2 of them. Singles. 3 of Swords and Ace of Cups, both in reversed. You have exhausted yourself, pouring into someone else's cup and not leaving enough for yourself. But you're going past that. I feel that you have been past that because you're on the mend, you're healing. That last connection, relationship, broke you. You almost didn't recognize yourself. Emotionally, mentally, physically, financially drained. And it's taken you so long to build yourself back up because you had to give that love back to yourself. So being the single Sagittarius who meets someone new, who all of a sudden starts, you know, entertaining all these flirtatious, you know, people that have been, you know, because you've never lost it, right? You always had options. You always had people interested in you. You always had people attracted to you. But you didn't indulge in it because the last one really hurt you, really messed you up. And so now you feel like you're at a place where, okay, I'm healing, I'm over the hump, I think I've already made it through the worst, I've survived, I'm bringing myself back to life. I'm bringing myself back to life. And what happens? What does Spirit do? What does the universe do? Oh, let's see if, you really learned. We're going to send you 1, maybe 2, maybe 5 new people that will mimic certain things that happened in the last relationship, that were your red flags, that were your warning signs, that looking back at it now, you get mad at yourself, you get mad at them because you should have known better. And so now you have an opportunity to absolutely identify the same type of red flags and be like, nope, nope, not again, not again. And so keep an open mind because it just might be someone who's different from you or your usual type that actually gives you all the love that helps to heal you back. And you're single because you're still healing. You're nursing yourself back to life. You're working on yourself. And I have to tell you, Sagittarius, these cards tell me you're enjoying being single. You're enjoying bringing yourself back to life, loving yourself. And you are very okay with telling someone, you are not for what's best for me. If you are healing and you're moving on. If you're still in this, sad energy, trying to recover, still like waiting and wanting a deeper connection, you're going to take it the minute it comes in, no matter what, because you haven't learned, you haven't healed, you haven't been alone or single enough to really realize your own self-worth, to bring yourself back to your best you. Your best you isn't going to come from, someone else loving you. It's going to come from you loving yourself. And that's, you know, some conflict that you've probably had internally for quite some time. But I feel like you have fought long and hard to get to this point. Do you really want someone else to come in and, you know, get you back to point B where you were before? So now you're at a crossroads. Two of Wands. What do I want? Where do I go from here? Am I attracted to that person because they look like the ex? Am I, you know, interested in that person because they act like the ex, or we have similar, you know, things in common just like the ex, you know? Even though there's somebody else who's got their shit together, who's super cool, and we flirt, and, you know, we're just friends though, but I just don't see myself with them. And be careful, because you may be saying no, and you might be pushing away the one that is the best person for you. Let's move on. Couples. Sagittarius couples. That was a Strength in the Hierophant card. Let me put that back. So, I wasn't done shuffling. Sagittarius couples. Here we go. November 2019. 10 of Wands. Ten of Swords again. You have it twice here. And that's 2 tens. Oh my God. 3 tens. 10 of Pentacles. Which you also had the 10 of Cups over here. So you have all tens. End of a cycle. Six of Wands, which I believe you had it somewhere over here. And the 7 of Wands. Okay. You're standing your ground no matter what. Over and done with. Those of you in marriages, partnerships, relationships that have had a really tough go at it. There is something that became your storm warning. You've already gone through the storm. You've weathered the storm, but you're exhausted. You don't know how to, you know, break free from the heavy energies, the burdens. You're thinking and overthinking everything. And how much is this going to cost me? For those of you that are in separation or divorce. I'm also hearing someone may have discovered that their partner or someone that they were dating, someone that they were with, really had a lot more money than they let on. And so they were holding on to their money and had you spending all your money on both of them. So be careful, because I feel like some of you are thinking, do they just want me for money? They're draining me. Again, with the 6 and the 7 here, I do feel as though you're standing your ground. Let's get through this. Let's move forward. But certain things have to end. You are at the end of a cycle. You are realizing that the type of person, especially if you're a Sagittarius male, who discovered that the type of women or the type of people that they've been dating have only wanted him for his money, have only wanted him for, you know, whatever it is that they can offer. Or that's you only looking at whatever they can offer, whatever the next person can offer you financially and materialistically. I see that whether it's you, Sagittarius, or the cross watcher, you realize that the material shit can only go so far. It no longer makes you happy, and you're like, well, what was the point in all that after all these years of me trying to find somebody that can provide for me financially, that can buy me, you know, a nice handbag, you know, nice pair of shoes, that can take me shopping, that's got me anytime I need the help. What was the point if it's not making you happy? If it's not ultimately the connection that you want? So that's where we go from here. Let me, let me pull Kipper cards here for the couples. Why are you standing your ground? What are you afraid of? So you may have received a message about some finances, some money. I just heard someone's practically going broke in a relationship. And either you find out they're going broke, or you find out that this person is coming into some money. Meanwhile, you're going broke trying to make them happy. Vice versa. Clarify the 6 and 7 of Wands, please. Yeah, definitely. Like somebody might have like an inheritance coming in, a dispute over alimony, child support. I do feel like someone here might be like, no, well, the kids need this. Okay, and it's 5:55 right now. So obviously, major change along with all these tens. End of a cycle, I'm telling you guys. And it has to do with family situations. What's worth fighting for. So ultimately, certain things need to come to an end. If someone did die, because I just heard death and inheritance. If somebody did die, you'll receive a message about what you're entitled to, who keeps the home, things like that. I just heard someone, you were under the impression that when they lost their parents, the two of you would keep the home, and then that day came and you're out on your butts, not sure what's going to happen next. So someone's putting in a lot of work and effort into something that's just not paying out. So be careful with this situation within the family, within your partnership, relationship. What is this? It doesn't want to. Distant horizons, if that meant anything to anyone. So that is your reading, Sagittarius. Thank you so, so much for checking out my reading. If you are new, I hope you stick around. Hit the like, share, comment, and subscribe. Double tap that bell so you get notified of new readings, as I will be uploading your mid-month as well as December's and your 2020 annual reading, your annual forecast. If you want to check out your 2019 reading for your yearly forecast, I will link it here. And check it out. See how much of it has actually happened for you. Okay, so Sagittarius, have a wonderful month of November. We'll see you for your mid-month. Take care. Bye.